Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through the tunnel earlier on, ready to give their faithful fans plenty to cheer about tonight. And the game arrival sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is our setting tonight, as seen from above. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Guys, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for his play calling. LeBron James said he has so many different wrinkles. You've got to keep your head on a swivel. He'll run something you've never seen before. But Stevens said, honest to God, I've stolen everything we've ever done from somebody else. Kevin?
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, D.A. And as we're reaching the end of the calendar year, here's a great chance to delve into the updated power rankings. You look at the Nets. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at the Mavericks, they've had an interesting start to the year. Lately, they've put together some nice wins, and you get the general sense that their confidence is growing.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Tatum and Cantor together down low. Walker and Smart, the guards. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. And for Dallas, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Luka Doncic out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5 down low.
And the Mavericks seem to have done the hard part, acquiring a potential franchise player in Luka Doncic.
And you know, guys, we've seen it, but in this league, 1 star isn't enough. That's why I think the trade for Porzingis was a good gamble. If he can stay healthy, they have an inside-outside star combo to build on.
Now here's Brunson, following the miss by Kemba Walker. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Out to Porzingis from downtown. That one's not going to go. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Hardaway against Brown. Dishes it to Cantor. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Cantor's got the first points up on the board here for the Celtics. Here's Brunson. 12 points his last outing. About a minute played so far here in the first. Hardaway dishes to Cauley Stein. Back to Hardaway. On the wing, Doncic. 4 on the shot clock. The baseline jumper goes down.
Taking exactly what the defense gives him, Doncic exploiting whatever he sees out there. Does a nice job seeing the game.
And Boston has possession. Smart kicks to Cantor. To the right side. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. It's rebounded by Dallas. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Well, in that one, you could pretty much see the writing on the wall. Their performance was lackluster at best.
Yeah, they looked distracted, far off, distant. I mean, it seemed like their heart wasn't in it to try to win that game.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. Walker finds Cantor. Back to Walker. Shoots over Brunson. Here's Tatum. Shot clock at 6.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot. You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
No one near him. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
For Boston, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Now the pass to Cantor. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. The kick out to Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, what an athlete this Porzingis kid is, man. I tell you, you put the rock anywhere near him, and he's going to throw it down.
Celtics trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Brown the pass to Canner. Another shot over Cauley-Stein. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Celtics shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
He misses the free throw. Well, Clark, midseason rumors now in full session. When a player requests a trade, how strongly do you think that affects team chemistry?
You know, Kevin, I'm all for players voicing their choice and actually having an opportunity to express themselves, but it can be detrimental if a player in the middle of the season makes it known that he's not interested in being there. It can have a terrible effect on team chemistry, in my opinion.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. On the wing, Doncic. Up and in on the layup.
Well, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
Celtics trail by 5. Walker with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against Philadelphia.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Outside Hardaway. To the left side wing. Porzingis finds Hardaway. Over Brown. Hardaway, no good.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Pass to Canner. Nice ball movement by Boston. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Walker. Three-pointer. The shot off that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Celtics trail by 7. The dish to Cantor. Tatum on the wing. Guarded by Porzingis. From the line. Second chance shot. And it's Brown missing.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Well, the number 33 pick in the 2018 draft, Jalen Brunson, off to a pretty good start.
Boy, I tell you what, this guy is so solid. He was the Naismith Player of the Year and a 2-time champion at Villanova. No surprise to see him handling this business in the pros because he's all business.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. No luck that time either. And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
Dallas making a switch here. Wright's checked in. Now here's Tatum. 20 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Now here's Tatum, following the miss by Porzingis.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now here's Doncic. 29 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
From deep, Walker. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. Their last encounter was in Boston.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Tatum. So it's the Celtics now. 9-point game. Walker against Wright. Passes it to Smart. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley-Stein, a presence defensively.
Boston shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. That's good from Cantor. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct a roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? Any direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game, I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions but also has a pretty strong offensive skill set.
It's deflected. Stolen by Smart. Here's Walker. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Smart against Doncic. Right down low. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. The 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Cauley-Stein's got 6 rebounds in the game. Doncic feeling it out. Wright against Smart. And Wright kicks to Doncic. From past the arc. Walker with some nice D. Celtics trail by 10. Hayward outside. He dishes it to Walker. There's the pass to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Porzingis with the steal. And right, here we go. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 4th assist in this one.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And here's Walker. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Now a timeout called by Boston, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
And, you know, I think the lack of success from the perimeter really did them in. They just couldn't get it going from there.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Justin Jackson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And then for Boston, Robert Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Daniel Tice comes in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Here's Wanamaker. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Tice passes to Smart. Looking for Hayward. He gets it there. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Dallas. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance.
You know, right now, Dallas, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
And when you talk about inconsistency, I think a lot of it has to go to the players because ultimately they're the ones that dictate how they perform.
Fast break, Dallas. Jackson's got the ball. And a missed layup. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Hayward. Kleber with the rebound. Williams against Jackson. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
So it's the Celtics now. Here's Wanamaker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Williams' shot is off. Doncic kicks to Jackson. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. And it's Tice in the corner. Hayward outside and stolen by Wright. Here's Kleber, guarded by Smart. Kleber, the pass to Jackson. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. To the middle, stolen by Smart. Trying to get something going. Mavericks with the rebound.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Here's Smart after the basket by Willie Cauley Stein. Doncic with the steal. Feeds it to Jackson. Dallas again turning it over.
Looking now at the numbers for Wright. Really been a key contributor over the past month. He's putting up 13 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Here's Wanamaker.
Bad screen.
No points in the game yet for him. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Doncic.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
And it's Wright missing. Celtics trail by 16. For the 3. And no good that time. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Wright, the pass to Kleber. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. And that one's good. Wright's got 7.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Swiped it away. The drive by Jackson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
And it's working for him, Greg. You like that initiative, not settling for stuff on the perimeter.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
One shot.
"19 seconds left in the first. Now here's Hayward. 20 points for him last game against Philadelphia. To the wing on the left. Will it go? That one doesn't go. We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. The Mavericks on top, delivering the blowout. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Mavericks.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Smart, Daniel Tice out there with Hayward, and it's Poirier in at center. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, there is a lot of optimism in Dallas for the tandem of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis said, "We clicked right away. We're both European players, similar roots, both speak Spanish. That'll translate on the court. We can be something special." Kevin, look out for them to compliment and criticize one another in a different tongue.
Yeah, if they play to their potential, they could be scary. Thanks, David. Dallas shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Now here's Brunson. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Kleba, the pass to Wright. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Finney-Smith passes to Brunson. Here's Powell. Dallas again missing. Boston's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Takes a three. Boston, no good that time either.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Finney-Smith passes to Kleba. The three. No good from Finney-Smith. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Wanamaker looking over the floor. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll go back home and they'll be hosting the Detroit Pistons. Then on Sunday, They'll host the Charlotte Hornets.
And guys, this is the kind of stretch of the schedule that you dream of. Winnable games at home against opponents you know you have a talent advantage over. It would take a lot for this team to not be successful over this stretch.
And he knocks down the first one. Walker's checked in for the Celtics. Both good from the line that time. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Now Brunson. In his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Here's Powell, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Powell's got his first 2 points of the night.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Poirier, guarded by Powell, and Walker kicks to Tatum. Pass to Poirier, 5 to shoot. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Brunson with it. Right outside. Pass to Powell. Fades back. It's good. Powell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, when he's in rhythm, he's a threat to score from here. Gotta D up Powell from the mid-range.
Here's Walker. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Nice form on the 20-footer.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Brunson. Kleba, the pass to Wright. It's Powell on the wing. Finney-Smith kicks to Kleba. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And a look now at some of the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with, and then the guts it takes to pull them off, always blows me away.
You look at Tatum, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
And the Mavericks with possession here, following the miss by Kemba Walker. Brunson got a piece of it. They retain possession. Celtics trail by 20. Outside Tatum. Wanamaker the pass to Tice. Kicks it to Walker. And it's Walker again missing.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
It's hauled in by Wanamaker.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high impact defense they want to see out of him.
Well, out of Canada by way of Stanford University, 6'11" power forward Dwight Powell.
Boy, a high energy guy is Powell, guys. He's a pogo stick and a rim runner. Very quick footed. I think that makes him tough to tag slicing through the lane. His activity and agility really what separate him and get him minutes on the court.
Mavericks leading by 18. Brunson scanning the floor. Passes to Kleba. Here's Finney-Smith. trying to end the drought, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis comes in for Maxi Kleber, and Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Wright. Cantor checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Brad Wanamaker. Outside, Walker. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
It's Hardaway with the drive. And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world and in all the other worlds out there. And think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player at both ends.
And the first one drops. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Now here's Williams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The pass to Walker. Shoots over Brunson. Walker's shot is off.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Tip your hat to Hardaway Jr. there, guys. I mean, even in the face of aggressive defense, he stays focused and delivers.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. He kicks it to Williams. Pass to Brown. Now the feed to Tatum. Good on the shot. Tatum's got 4 points in the quarter.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
And here's Brunson. Finney-Smith passes to Powell. And the three ball is good. Powell's got his third basket of the night.
You know, Powell continues to want to expand his range to get better shooting from deep. When he's connecting from outside, I think it helps his team in a big way.
Here's Walker. Shoots from the elbow. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
His mid-range shot is very solid. I mean, for some reason, the defense let him have it.
Brunson kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Hardaway. Shot clock at 5. Back to Porzingis. Doesn't go for him. Williams with the defensive effort. Powell with the steal. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, he's known for his finesse game, guys, but Porzingis showing you there. He's got some power to his game, too.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. There's Walker with the three, and it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Now here's Brunson. Powell scored the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Dwight Powell really showing continuing confidence in his inside game, and I think he's only going to get better down there.
Boston's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Back to Walker. Lets the three fly. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Hardaway. Lob pass to Porzingis.
Well, you know, he's one of the best scoring bigs in the league. I mean, the game seems to really come easily and naturally to Porzingis.
And Boston has possession. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Here's Walker. Again, the miss by Walker. For Dallas, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice, efficient 50%. Out to Hardaway. Back to Porzingis. Brunson finds Hardaway. Over in the corner, Porzingis. Stolen by Cantor. Now, here's Tatum. The layup off target. Now, Brunson. And the dunk by Powell.
Got to give it up for Powell now. I mean, he excels at rising off the ground to punch home these alley-oops.
Walker with it. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And here's Tatum for 3. It's not going to go for him. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Porzingis passes to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Boston shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Passes it to Cantor. Outside, Walker to end the run. The Mavericks pull it in.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Hardaway kicks to Brunson. The 11-footer. Rebound by Williams. We've got 1:18 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Tatum. And that one drops. Tatum's got 6.
And Tatum used to getting hit while he's shooting. I mean, he absorbs it like you would expect a pro to, and powers right through that contact.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Well, guys, you talk about players coming in, and with a huge impact, Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Powell. Justin Jackson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. That's tipped. Stolen by Smart. For the finish. And slam dunk by Smart.
Terrific steal. Smart doesn't take a lot of chances, but knows when to pick his spots.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Doncic dishes to Jackson. Doncic against Smart. 6 on the shot clock. Doncic passes to Jackson. Fires from deep. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And for the Celtics, they're shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Hardaway with the steal. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. One second left. No good on the shot. And so it's Dallas, rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back to the action after this word.
And now,
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, it has been an electric performance. These guys were firing on all cylinders. They came out aggressive, going after those rebounds, and they were piling it up. I think they wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they're going to be nearly impossible to stop if they're playing that way.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We've seen Dwight Powell really having a great game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The Mavericks shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. Porzingis is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Brunson in at the point guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Now here's Brunson. 5 on the clock. Fires from 14. Porzingis can't hit. And here's Walker. Brown wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
Hey, guys, that's just outstanding confidence from Brown. I mean, getting up with the shot right away and giving the defense no time to react, that's impressive.
Here's Brunson. Tries from 16. That shot no good. Good work defensively by Smart. Walker surveying the floor. Lays it up off the glass. Walker's got 6.
So slick and smooth with the ball in his hands. Walker enjoys breaking out these moves, cutting defenders to shreds with those ball skills.
Mavericks leading by 22. To the paint, changes up, and Hardaway with the lay-in. He's got 8.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Now here's Smart. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Porzingis. Yep, that one goes.
He's just letting it all hang out, guys. When Porzingis is in a groove like this, he just keeps putting it on you.
Hardaway against Walker. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
One shot.
The Celtics shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. And the technical free throw is good. Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Dallas leading by 23. Here's Brunson. Here's Hardaway. And that one hits back iron. And it's Walker penetrating. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And that's 10 points for Kemba Walker.
That's an aspect of Walker's game that I like. I mean, his ability to use the dribble drive and score on the move, nice. Doncic
kicks to Hardaway. Doncic against Smart, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Smart.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
The first one falls. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
All free throws good from Doncic.
Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof, and I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers.
Brown, good.
You know, the three-point shot, guys, is something that Brown continues to improve upon. It's important for him to be knocking down these looks to expand his offensive repertoire.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, if you were going to lose Kyrie Irving, why not replace him with Kemba Walker? The Celtics brought Walker in from Charlotte last offseason, and it looks like he's going to pay off big time in Boston. The Celtics didn't exactly do what they wanted the last couple of years, but with Walker and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and a hopefully healthy Gordon Hayward, Celtics aren't exactly going to be in the lottery anytime soon either.
Well, you're right on that, D.A. They're still stocked, and we love Walker. He'll, I think, mix well with this team. Thank you.
Capable of running the offense, Doncic, fantastic at getting his teammates involved.
Celtics trail by 20. And, you know, you heard about Doncic. Even if he's a step slow, he's always 2 steps ahead with his mental game.
You know, Kevin, that's a great point. Feel, savvy, experience, know-how. You know, he grew up playing against bigger, stronger guys, and that always serves you well as you go forward. So he understands how to create space and anticipate and feel how to get defenders off balance. I mean, he's just a special young player.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Here's Cantor. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
6 to shoot. Brunson, no good.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now, here's Doncic. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Here's Cauley-Stein. They get it back. Doncic, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Kept alive. Brown the pass to Smart. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Over Porzingis. Missed it. Even after all those chances. Mavericks leading by 23. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. And the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Now, here's Walker. 10 points for him. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now a timeout called by Boston. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Jackson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime, he's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Kemba Walker.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Boston. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And he makes the first. And so Wright nails both of them.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Walker, and it's Wright sending it back.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Here's Smart. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Smart's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, I think the train has left the station in regards to Walker ever being able to live his shoot-first reputation down. But as we see here, this is a guy who can make some spectacular passes.
Now here's Wright. He's got 9. Back to Doncic. Over Smart. Nails the baby hook. And that's now 10 points for Luka Doncic.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
For Boston, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. And stolen by Wright. Pass to Kleber. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Jackson kicks to Doncic. Clock at 6. In the corner, Wright with it. Shoots the 3. Poirier grabs the miss. And Walker's got the ball here for the Celtics. Pass to Tice. Back to Walker. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And Wright, here we go. No good. Hayward with some nice D. Doncic finds Wright. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Walker. He's putting up about 21 points per, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
The Mavericks have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Boston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. This one for 3. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Wright, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And so far, the story on Luka Doncic. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 12th in assists, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And he really is the consummate playmaker, always keeping his head on a swivel, searching for the open man, completely unselfish basketball player. Free throw drops for Wright. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA. You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage junk there.
And stolen by Hayward. Here's Smart. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. 7 points for Marcus Smart.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kleba. Doncic outside. Shot clock at 6. Let's go. And too long on the shot. Boston's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Walker the pass to Tice, and he jams it with authority.
And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Dallas has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Wright the pass to Jackson. Back to Wright. There's the steal. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. And there it is for him. Walker's got 10 points here in the second half.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Doncic against Smart. And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, and I think Powell is terrific in the pick and roll. Knows how to dive after he sets the screen.
1:22 left in the third quarter of the game. Wright against Walker. Hayward outside. Back to Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he banks in the layup. Walker's got 16 points.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Doncic dishes to Jackson. Back to Doncic. Kicks it to Wright. Takes the 3. And Boston with the rebound.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Walker against Doncic. Walker the pass to Poirier. Shot from the wing. It's rebounded by Doncic.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
The pass to Jackson. Back to Doncic. Dishes to Jackson. Over Smart. Misses off the right iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Until we start defending with any purpose and playing offense with any authority, nothing good's going to happen.
And you can hear the frustration in Coach Stevens' voice, less than thrilled with his team's effort so far.
And he's right. I mean, they aren't playing their game right now, and that's why they're trailing.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Celtics, Walker and Smart, the guards. Hayward out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Williams at the 5, roaming the paint. Jackson kicks to Porzingis. Clock at 6. Over Tice. Porzingis can't hit. The Celtics shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Hayward. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Wright, here we go. Banked in off the glass. Wright's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Mavs.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Here's Smart. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
2.
First free throw is good. You know, Greg, defense a given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Shemi Ojeley's checked in for Daniel Tice. Langford comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Now here's Lee. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Clark, should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep 3 at the top and on the wing. And then you've got a little shorter 3 if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that 3 more in line or symmetrical with the deep 3 at the top. I kind of like having a short corner 3.
I agree with you. The first free throw is good. And year 3, the best of Dorian Finney-Smith's career.
Yeah, you know, he upped his scoring rate, guys, and rebounding. He became more efficient and undrafted out of college, played his college ball at Florida, and he's made himself a nice home in the NBA.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Ojeley. Tatum comes in for Langford. And it's Brown in for Brad Wanamaker. And it's Smart with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Cantor, good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists tonight.
And this is where Smart has really improved. The game's slowed down for him. He's playing under better control. Nice pass.
Now here's Brunson. To the inside for Porzingis. Count that one.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
Just 5 to shoot. From 18 feet away. Goes back up. Cantor's shot is off. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Now here's Brunson, guarded by Smart. Right side Tatum. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 8 rebounds in this game. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Looking to get back on track here, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Man, I love how strong Tatum goes to the rack. When you give him room to get up, he's banging that thing.
Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. Do you like that?
Yes and no. I think you have 2 separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have, and then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Boston making some changes. Williams comes in for Jason Tatum. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Smart. And Cantor drops them both. Now Brunson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Down low. Now here's Porzingis. Defense right on him. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Wanamaker. Porzingis with the block. Here's Finney-Smith. He's guarded by Williams. Outside, Porzingis. Here's Hardaway. Dallas, no good that time either. Boston with the ball. On the wing, Williams. Guarded by Porzingis. Back to Williams. And the layup's good off the glass. Williams has got his first points of the game.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Outside Hardaway. Back to Brunson. 9 feet out. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got assist number 8 here in this one already. Wanamaker the pass to Cantor. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown outside. He can't get that one, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Brunson. He feeds it to Cauley Stein. The fadeaway. The 8-footer. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Pass to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
Here's Finney-Smith. Brunson with it to the inside. Charity stripe shot. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Brown feeling it out a bit. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for 1 more at the line.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. And if you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal. You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Now here's Brunson, guarded by Walker. Passes it to Cauley Stein. 6 on the shot clock. Brunson, a beautiful reverse layup. Brunson's got 4 points this quarter.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
For Boston, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. And here's Cantor. And Walker kicks to Tatum. Count it.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Now here's Brunson. For a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
Hardaway hits them both.
You know, for Tim Hardaway Jr., it's the family business. His dad was a pro and an outstanding one in his own right in the NBA. So Jr. knows exactly what it takes to excel at this level.
Now here's Cantor. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Brown outside. Nice D from Doncic.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Doncic. It's good from long range.
You know, you can see the confidence Doncic shoots the ball with, especially when he gets room to pull the trigger from deep. No hesitation.
Tatum finds Smart, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Smart's got 12 points in just the second half. Mavericks leading by 22. The pass to Doncic. Inside, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, with the basketball IQ of a 15-year vet, Doncic makes plays that even veterans struggle with.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Boston. The dish to Cantor. Tatum on the wing. Guarded by Porzingis. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Up top, Doncic. Guarded by Smart. Cauley Stein passes to Doncic. Over Smart. Doncic, no good. Celtics trail by 21. Walker with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Brown dishes to Walker. From outside the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
I think you've always got to have a hand up on Walker. Very capable at knocking down the three ball.
The Mavericks have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Dallas.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-gamer.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Porzingis.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
And that one falls for Smart. Mark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available, and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
They maintained focus all night and along the way put on quite a show.
And, you know, everybody in the building knows this is a wrap, a done deal. Put this one in the W column.
Here's Poirier. Pass to Smart. Lets it go from deep. He can't hit that time. Lee against Smart. Pass to Powell. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And Tatum pulls it down. Now, here's Langford. Tight defense on him. A nice shot by Tatum.
And you see Langford's ability as a facilitator. Great court awareness.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Passes it to Powell. And here is Lee. And the pass to Porzingis. And here's Jackson. He's guarded by Williams. A three from Porzingis. And Tatum pulls it down. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys did a great job contesting shots and disrupting their offense. What did you like best about the defensive effort tonight?
I think from the beginning of the game, we just started off aggressive. We were connected defensively, and that's why we were able to stop them.
You got it done when it counted, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.